Hey, what's up guys, ZKB here, and I've just come to basically talk about all the upgrades I've made since my last video. I believe last video was like 72, and I had pretty good Fury management, although I've made some pretty massive upgrades in terms of how much I can keep my shouts up, how much Fury I'm generating, how much my Fury costs, and so I'd like to kind of showcase that right now. And I'll just go over every piece of my gear that affects Fury, in case you didn't watch the last video. Basically, I upgraded my amulet, so now I have 20% Fury cost reduction and 14.6% cooldown. Both of my rings have 9% resource generation here, 9 and 10%, and then this one has a little bit of maximum Fury. My boots go all the way up to 9% Fury cost, as well as I have more movement speed now, which helps a ton. What else did I upgrade? I also added this glyph, and this glyph has been performing extremely well. So basically it says that killing a bleeding enemy has a 10% chance to reduce the cooldowns of your non-ultimate active cooldowns, which is basically my shouts, by 1 second. So you know, if I kill 10 or 20 enemies, that's cutting 1 or 2 seconds off of my shouts consistently, which has been extremely noticeable. I also swapped to the Rage of Haragoth unique chest, which basically says that up to a 36% chance to reduce the cooldowns of my non-ultimate skills by 1.5 seconds when you inflict bleeding on elites. Now, this doesn't proc a ton, but it is definitely noticeable, and it's the combination of all of this that has made it feel like I have a very good whirlwind, almost permanent whirlwind, and whenever I'm doing dungeon clears. And so just to kind of look at my stats real quick, I have 138 maximum Fury, 28% reduced Fury cost, 20% Fury generation. This is for my rings, so even without my shout, I'm just generating more Fury. 4 Fury on kill, that's for my Paragon. And then I have 26% cooldown reductions, so my shouts are only at 18.4 seconds, right? And then this ring reduces it by 6, so it just instantly goes down to 12 seconds. And then my Paragon right here, it reduces the cooldowns of them by 1.2 whenever I use them. So basically, I cast Rallying Cry, and then I cast both of these, so this is reduced by a further 2.4 seconds. So basically, you guys will see when I'm clearing, I'll cast Rallying Cry, and it'll just instantly go to a 10-second cooldown because of my ring unique and because of this Martial node. And then it lasts for 7.4 seconds. The cooldown's 10 seconds. If I get like a couple procs of my disembowel here, or if I get a proc of my chest, sometimes it's just up almost permanently. Also, my whirlwind only costs 36 Fury per second, which is extremely low, and it's been way easier to sustain. So, yep, I'm going to hop right into a dungeon, and then I'll showcase you guys some gameplay. Okay, so I'm here at a dungeon. I'm going to run the Sunken Ruins. The only really relevant mod is that they have 30% of their maximum life as a barrier, so they'll be a little tankier. I'll also be using this like Beastling one, just for XP. And I'll hover over my gear real quick. I don't want to talk about my gear much. I just mainly wanted to showcase like all the upgrades I made to Fury and cooldown, but in case somebody was wondering that hasn't seen any of my videos yet, just kind of the upgrades that I've made if you have seen the videos. Oh, and I forgot, there's one big tip, too, that I have for barbarians, and I think it's just any class, and it's basically how I bound my keys. So right now I have Call of the Ancients bound on mouse 4, and how I did that is options, gameplay, controls, and then this option right here, the combine move, interact, basic skill slot, I unchecked that, and I think most of you guys should, and then change it, move and interact to the left click so you can still move and interact. Basically, this just means that I won't accidentally cast Call of the Ancients whenever I'm moving around.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay, well, this is kind of awkward. It's like not the ideal place, but now that we've got some Fury, it should be a lot better. Basically, not going to waste my time killing most of this trash. This is dense enough where I am going to run through it. These shield guys count as elites, which your whirlwind generates a lot of value off of elites, so I would always recommend spinning on those guys. this nice dense pack. I get our cooldowns up. As you can see, I'm basically like stockpiling full fury, and then I'm using it like in a future time. Like this is dense enough where it doesn't matter that I don't have any of my cries up, and I'll be able to just sustain it permanently. I did proc a lot of my cooldown procs there. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to that, but basically it's a lot easier to keep all my cooldowns up with all of these. Like you can see, like my cooldowns are basically coming up as they're ending. I wouldn't say that I have, like, permanent shout uptime, but I definitely have permanent uptime in dense groups. So, like, right here, it's not really dense enough. I'm probably not going to get enough procs. They're probably going to go away before I get a chance to bring them up. But it's not very long until they're up again. And as you can see, my Fury with Whirlwind is very good. Like, I'm not having any Fury issues except that little start there. And like I was kind of saying, with this build, you kind of want to, like, stockpile full Fury. Like, right now, I could, like, use my shouts, spin on these guys. I'll be full Fury for the next fight, so that way, like, if I want to spin on, like, a few mobs that aren't that dense, I can still do it and get away with it. And that's why Max Fury is helpful. Like, here it didn't matter, because these elites are just gonna give me full Fury. And moving on. And also, like, I'm level 77, these mobs are level 90, so it's not like I'm doing, like... Obviously, I'm using a channeling shrine now, maybe I shouldn't have grabbed that for the showcase, but... Basically, I'm not doing, like, some easy tier, right? These mobs have 30% of their life as barriers. Oh, man, I wish I could show my cooldowns without the channeling shrine here. I kind of trolled there. I would have had them permanently up in that dense of a zone. As you guys can see, too, I haven't really used Call of the Ancients. I might set up a scenario here where I'll intentionally use it, and I'll explain why it's better than Wrath of the Berserker. So let's just say, for example, I'm just going to waste my Fury here intentionally. Let's just say I'm out of Fury, and I don't have my cooldowns up. I can just cast Call of the Ancients, and then you guys can see that my Fury is going to stockpile. Like, I'm not even using this for increased Fury. It's just going to give me so much Fury. It's basically like... If I ever run to a spot where my shouts cooldowns are not available, I'm out of Fury, I have to just sit there and wait, I'll pop Call of the Ancients and then I'll spin. So that's like a big tip for you guys running Wrath of the Berserker. I think it's worse. I think Call of the Ancients is better. Just spin on this real quick. Should be one of the last. As you can see, my challenging shout is up, and it's been up for a while. Like, just pay attention to my shout cooldowns, especially in these dense packs. Like, right here, watch my shout cooldowns. So they're all, like, 10 seconds. You see I got a proc there, they're up again. I'll do it again. All the mobs are dead, but you can see, like, I have Rallying Cry up, and there's still tons of time left. So these procs are definitely extremely noticeable in dense packs. Like, here I'm kind of whirlwinding without Rallying Cry up. The area's not that dense, and I'm still just, you know, doing fine on Fury upkeep. So I wouldn't say I get a whirlwind whenever I want, but it sure feels really fucking good to play with all of these Fury reduction cost upgrades, cooldown reduction cost upgrades. I think I just actually double shouted there. Like, my shouts are up instantly. Gotta kill this elite right here. And one final tip I have for you guys. So when you're fighting bosses, like, let's say this, like, instead of being, like, just to kill a random elite, I had to fight a boss. And sometimes you're running out of Fury against a boss. Well, you want to go up against the boss, you want to spin, you want to pop all your cooldowns, you want to keep spinning, and then eventually you'll run out of Fury. and then you use Call of the Ancients, right? And then you have, like, plenty of Fury to keep spinning against the boss. As you can see, I don't have any cooldowns up, and it's just letting me spin. And then after your Call of the Ancients is up, hopefully your Shout cooldowns will be back up and you'll get to keep spinning. So this is a way that I've used to be able to spin on a boss for like 20-25 seconds straight if for some reason I hadn't killed it by then. So just make sure you balance your Shout cooldowns with your Call of the Ancients, and then Shout cooldowns. Also, like, if you're full Fury, you don't have to use your Shouts in a pack if you're full Fury. Like, you can, like, maybe use challenging Shout to make yourself tankier, and then spin, and then whenever you notice that you're starting to get low Fury, then you pop your big Rallying Cry cooldown. There's definitely a lot of ways to play with it. Also, I have a lot of ideas coming. I'm going to talk about all the gear on Barbarians, what stats you should look for, what you should roll for, what's ideal. I'm thinking about making a Z-Barb guide. I'm thinking about doing a Deathblow build. So if you guys want more Barbarian content, subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And good luck, guys, on getting your Fury Reduction gear.